Okay, I am going to be recording this because there's going to be a few people I know are going to be missing this tonight. So I'm so excited, though. I just can't wait. So I have been doing a lot of different training, you know, like Becky Hempsey and their crew. Like they did the Silver Summit over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I got to watch that. They were doing that live, thankfully. And then other stuff that I've been watching. And so I'm like, this is just so awesome. And so to be able to do this is going to be just so cool. So I'm planning to take on a new group, if you will, to mentor a few new people to get to this $1,500 bonus. So I'm going to be working with my frontline leaders as well. And I'm excited about that. So anyway, so a couple of things. One is I was listening to, I don't know if you guys know about this, but Andy and, oh my laws, Natalie, I can't believe her name just slipped my mind, Goddard, they run a success coaching call every Wednesday morning. And sometimes I listen to it, sometimes I don't, sometimes I just can't, you know, because it's like 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it is like streamed live on Facebook and that kind of thing. But anyway, but this morning they have Tiffany Peterson, who's a coach that does a call with them a lot. And anyway, Tiffany said something this morning that I thought was just really kind of cool, and I wanted to start off with this. She said, you really need to approach your business as in a way of being able to reach out to people who you are their answer to a prayer. Look for people that you can answer their prayer. There's so many people that are looking for you, for somebody, for me, you know, to come into their life. I remember that's how I got started in Doterra. I said a prayer. And I didn't say a prayer about Doterra. I just said a prayer looking for something that I felt like would give my life more meaning. Not that being a mother did not give me meaning, because it did. But I wanted something because I knew as a single mom I would need some sort of career. I needed something that I felt like I could give, that I could make a difference. That was my big thing. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to help people. But I also wanted to be able to help me and my family, because things were just kind of a mess at home with my son. One of my sons had been recently diagnosed with like paranoid schizophrenia and a couple other things. Anyway, it was just a lot to deal with. And so so think about that. Think about who's praying for you to come to them. I mean, that's kind of mind-boggling to me to know that you know that can happen. And I've had several experiences where I've reached out and talked to people, and they said, you know, that's kind of funny because I've been praying that I could find some sort of natural medicine to help with my problem or whatever. So anyway, I just think it's kind of cool if we think about it that way. That rather than what you're going to get out of it, because you know we still benefit, of course, but how many people we can help and how many lives we can change, and that to me is the most rewarding thing. So I'm gonna talk. Now I know you already know this because you're like a pro at this, but for the recording, I'm gonna just share this with everybody. There's a way, no matter what rank you are with Doterra, for you to make $1,500 a month as a bonus. That's in addition to anything else. In addition to, you know, remember there's 5 ways to make money in Doterra. But in addition to any of the other 4 ways, that's just one way, okay? So your check would be bigger than $1,500, but that would be a $1,500 bonus. I don't know about you, $1,500 a month makes a big difference in my life. So I'm going to show you how that will work. And I'm going to use my team names to kind of give you an example. I mean, like my leader names kind of thing. So I've got this whiteboard here behind me. I'm hoping that you can see that okay. You're not going to see me as much, I know, but that's okay, because I want you to be able to see this more. So let's say this is you beautiful person there. And we call this a power of 3. because there's a lot of power in 3 people. Can you see this? I hope you can see this. Is that better? Can you let me know if you can see this?
Yeah, that's better. There was a glare on it before.
Okay. All right. So then what you're going to do is you're going to partner with 3 different people that also want to do the business of Doterra. Okay. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to say to approach people, to invite them to be a to partner with you and that kind of thing. There's a Doterra way that we want you to do this. We don't want anybody to be shamed into it or guilted into it or pressured or whatever. So this is something that's just really important. All right, and then you're going to go and you're going to find 3 people. Okay. Now I have on my team, I have Felicia, I have Annette, and I have Jigdy. Okay. Those are my 3 frontline leaders. And those are my 3 elites that's how I got to be silver. But what you're going to do is you're going to find 3 people that you're going to partner with, and you're not going to necessarily say, hey, you got to get to elite so I can be silver, because trust me, it takes a little bit of time. What you're going to do instead is commit to $150 or 150 PV LRP every month, and then also ask them to do the same thing, 150 PV LRP. All right, remember they're partnering with you in the business. They're going to share. They're going to want to do something with the business side of it. They want to make some money, even if it's just to pay for their LRP order every month. Okay, even if it is just to make it to the rank of elite. Well, whatever the reasoning, you're going to partner with them, and that they've agreed. And you went the Doterra way to invite them to partner with you, which we'll get into a little bit later. All right. If you and your 3 frontline leaders each have 150 PV LRP, you will receive a $50 bonus. Well, that's not the $1,500 I talked about, right? But that's the $50 bonus. And that will get you $50 every month, plus a little bit more in level bonus and whatever else that you'll get. So you'll get a little bit more than $50 every month when you just do that. Okay. Now, then what you're going to do is you're going to teach each one of these 3 people to go out and do the same thing. And they're going to go get 3 people to do the same thing so that they can get their $50 bonus. Okay? But then you will receive a $250 bonus by helping 3 people get their $50 bonus. And then they can each in turn go and help these 3 people do the same thing, help them get their $50 bonus. And then they're going to receive a $250 bonus. That's where you're going to receive the $1,500 bonus. Now, if you want to be on the fast track with this, we can do this in about 3 months. $1,500 a month can make a significant difference in your life. Then if you continue to go down and each one of these do that, and then like this level then earns their $1,500 bonus or whatever, right? Because like they would be earning $250 bonus, and if each one of them do it, then they can earn their $1,500 bonus. And if you keep that going down and all you're doing is supporting people at getting their $50 bonus or their $250 bonus or their $1,500, then you will have a significant check. Not only that, eventually these people will then become elites. And not only will you have 3 elites like I have, if each one of these then become elite, then you are platinum. And all you did to begin with was get to, or have a goal to have a $1,500 bonus, and have a goal to help other people get their $50, $250, $1,500 bonus every month. That's what we call the power of 3. And it starts with you making a difference in someone's life and answering their prayer. Isn't that kind of cool? So, so when we think about this, you can be any rank and earn this $1,500. You could be right out of the gate, brand new, and you can still work at building this up. There have been some people to do this within a month, although it's very rare, not very common. But 3 to 6 months, you can, depending on the track you're on. If you want to do this fast track, we can definitely do this. So, so that is the way to get your $1,500 bonus, and that is the focus that we're going to be on, if you will. Rather than building for rank, we're going to build for power of 3, because it is sustainable. This is a residual income that could be coming in every month, $1,500. You do not have to know everything. You don't have to learn everything. There is so much available to you right now. I mean, if you're pretty new, I'll come and teach the classes, or maybe your frontline leader will come and teach classes for you, or whatever. But we don't have to do classes, quite honestly. When I was building my team originally, I did a couple of classes in my home, but most of what I did, the majority of what I did, I'd say about 80% of what I did, was what we call a one-on-one, where I would go meet with one person, and I would do that. I'd have 15, 20 one-on-ones a month. That was my comfort zone. I liked just meeting with somebody individually and gearing everything I was saying for them. Now, it doesn't always have to be an appointment either. It could come up in conversation. What I'm going to suggest to you is that you carry samples with you. JD, do you have that sample case that I gave you? One has like little bottles. Can you go get that so we can show them that? Okay. So so anyway, there's different ways of carrying around samples, right? Like we have the little keychains that Doterra sells. It has little sample bottles in it. It holds like 8 of them. Some hold 10, some hold 4. Depends on, I mean, the ones that Doterra sells holds 8. But different keychains that you can buy from other places will hold different amounts. But those are some samples. You always need to have samples on you. Samples of whatever. Samples of oils. Doterra sells samples of, or has a way for you to get samples of like the shampoo, conditioner, Deep Blue, toothpaste, whatever. If you want to share samples of that too, that's fine. Okay, so JD, I'm going to unmute you, and I want you to just hold up that case holder. Now, isn't that just so cool? I love this thing. It has just a little container inside that has the little bitty holes to be able to hold those little bitty sample bottles. And that one, I can't remember, I think it's like, isn't it 10 per row that it holds? And it's like 6 or 7 rows, so it holds quite a few samples. Now this one actually zips up. So like she could just put that in her purse or whatever, but it's on her all the time. So maybe you're standing in line at the grocery store, and you strike up a conversation with someone in front of you, and you find out they've got some health issue, or maybe the baby has some issues or whatever, and you got, oh, well, would you be open to learning about natural solutions, or would you be open to trying a natural solution for that? And a lot of times they'll say, sure, you know, that would be awesome. You go, well, I just happen to have a sample of, like, maybe their baby's having problems sleeping. Okay, let's do something simple. You just happen to have a sample of lavender, and then you have a business card, or better yet, I would recommend a virtual business card versus a hard copy, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But let's say you give them this sample of lavender, and you say, hey, would it be okay with you if I send you some information about it, about how to use it, safety of it, that kind of thing, because, you know, they're going to want to know that, right? They're going to want to know how to dilute that and put that on the baby's feet. And a lot of times if you're standing in the line at the grocery store, you're not always going to remember everything. Sometimes we'll get to the car, dealing with bags of groceries, dealing with a baby, and then you're like, wait a minute, what did she say about that? So what I'd recommend is that you get her contact information or his, whoever you're talking to, and then send them some information. Now, if ever anybody asks, hey, do you have a business card? It's okay, if you get a hard copy business card, I know I do. But what I would recommend is that you take a picture of a business card, or maybe even just your information. If you don't have a business card, just write it down on a piece of paper and take a picture of it. That would be business card size, maybe. And you just say, hey, I'd be happy to text it to you. And then that way you have their number. And you say, hey, would it be okay with you if I follow up with you in a week or two? Great. What day next week would be great, would be good for you? Would morning or afternoon be better? The GoPro way of being able to ask somebody, because you want them to give you the time that it's okay to contact them. Not say, hey, I'm going to call you next Thursday at 3. Don't do that, because you don't know next Thursday at 3, they might have a doctor's appointment. So you want to make sure that they give you the time to call and whatever. But have those samples on you. You could be anywhere, church, grocery store, the gym, wherever, and you have a sample on you, you're going to be able to share that with somebody else. Okay? And then getting their contact information and set up a time to follow up. Follow up is key. Teresa and Roger Harding are some of our upline leaders, and over the last month or so, they were at a meeting where they were recognized for being the highest enrolling person, couple, whatever, in Doterra. And they asked what the secret was. And you know what they said? Follow up. They said, the secret's in the follow-up. The fortune's in the follow-up. We've heard that over and over and over again. So many people you may talk to, but if you don't follow up with them, they may, 6 months down the road be talking to someone else and go, oh yeah, I remember when so-and-so was telling me about that. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. And then they go with someone else because you didn't follow up with them. So make sure that you follow up with them and you stay in contact with them. You don't want to nag them. You definitely don't want to bug them. You don't want to be the crazy oil lady. But remember that when you do it the Doterra way, they're going to feel like you care and that you love them and that you care about them and that you can help to bring answers to you can bring some solutions to the problems that they have, right? So that's going to be just so very, very important. That's just vital. So I want to make sure in this that number one, you know about Power of 3 and how exciting it is that you can earn a $1,500 bonus every month by partnering with 3 people. Now, could we do that different? Maybe you can go, Paul, I don't know of 3 people that would commit to 150 from the start. So let's redo that math here real quick. Okay, give me just a minute here. I'm going to erase this, right? So now I'm going to show you something called the 4x4 method. Okay, so same thing where you start off here, and instead of 3 people, you have 4. And these 4 are going to commit to 125 PB LRP by the 15th of the month. So that why? They get the free product of the month. We don't want anybody to lose out on anything free, right? Like, everybody loves free stuff. We want them to be able to get the free stuff. Okay, so then they go and they can do the same thing. You got a 4x4. Now, are you more likely to get the Power of 3 here? Yeah, definitely. You still get the Power of 3 bonus. Because what matters more is that you and your front line have 600 PB total. So however you do the math doesn't matter. It just matters more that you and your front line. Now, you may not have just wellness advocates on your front line, and that's totally fine too. You might have a customer or a retail customer or whatever. So if you have a wholesale customer there, if you have a retail customer, that's totally fine, however that works. But the most important thing is that you have 600 PB on every front line. But you do have to have at least 3 you do have to have 3 people that are on an LRP of 100 PB or more to qualify for that $50 bonus or 250 or whatever. If you don't have in each leg 3 100 PBs, it's not going to work. Even if you had, let's say, 10 people spread out here and you had 600 PB, but nobody had 100 PB, you would not get the bonus. You have to have 3 that have at least 100 PB or LRP. And it has to be an LRP. It can't be a one-time order. I hope that makes sense. All right. So 2 things. We want to make sure that we are going for the power of 3. And then number 2, you're carrying samples everywhere you go to share them with people. You want to be able to reach out to people to ask them if they would be open to learning about natural solutions for their health. It's really that simple. It's not complicated. It's all about caring about people. If you go at it with, oh, I want you to buy the most expensive whatever, and you're not really caring about what they need, you're not going to get very far. But I don't think anybody on our team is like that. I think because I'm not like that, so I've attracted people that are just more caring and loving of people, and we just want to help people, right? Like, that's my ultimate goal. So at this point, that's the plan, the $1,500 a month plan. You can have your order paid for, really, quite honestly, with a $250 bonus, right? Like, if you had the $250 bonus, never would you have to pay for your order out of your budget, out of your family budget. I haven't had to pay for my Doterra order in a very long time. I think 3 or 4 months into Doterra, I hit Elite, and that's like the first, major rank of Doterra, and I haven't had to pay for my order since then. So, and that's what I want to be able to help other people do, is to be able to help so that you're getting a check from Doterra, and that will cover your order and then some. It's kind of cool having my check from Doterra help pay for some bills. I'm loving that. So I really love it when I can help other people do that as well. Whether you want to have your Doterra order paid for, maybe you just want to do the $250 bonus. But a $1,500 bonus is kind of sweet, okay? So, I mean, that can pay for people's mortgage or your rent or whatever, depending on how much your rent is. But that can be a significant supplemental income for so many people. And then just think of the lives that you'll be able to bless and the people you'll be able to help in doing that. So that's what we're going to do. And then in the weeks to come, I'm going to be doing other mentoring and other training so that I can teach you just what to say. And it's really kind of simple. How to approach people so that it isn't pushy and salesy and whatever. We don't want to lose any friendships. We want people to just know that you care about them. And then that way I want to help you in being able to build your business and be able to reach your goals, whatever it is. If you just want to supplement, or if you just want to, again, make enough money to pay for your order, let's do that. Let's do that together, and let's do it the Doterra way. Because, we can come up with our own ideas, which is fine, but the Doterra way is just so much better. I know when I finally relented to doing it the Doterra way, my business got so much better. So that's what I want to do. If you do want to be more of a business builder to supplement your income or replace your income, there are a couple of other books and other programs that we're going to work with as well. But in the meantime, this is where we're at right now. So does anybody have any questions Yes, I love that one. 6 weeks to a new rank. Wait, you're muted. Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, I just found it. I cannot find it, so I was like, oh, it's this one. So I
Yeah,
wanted to show
6
you.
weeks to a new rank. I love that one, right? And we're actually going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a 6-week program. Thank you for that. I'm glad you did that. So we're going to do the 6-week program starting now, like the middle of February, right, until the end of March. So if anybody wants to participate in this, let me know. I want to work with you to do this, and I'll mentor you, and we'll do it in a way that is like an answer to people's prayers, that will bless their lives, because there's so many lives we can bless. Just in the last couple of days, I've talked to several people that are thanking me for getting in touch with them and reaching out to them, and it's kind of awesome, because no more do I feel hesitant or, oh no, how are they going to do that? I don't, because I realize what a blessing this is in my life, what a blessing this is in so many other people's lives, and oh my goodness, the people that we can help with this. So that's what I want to do. I'm still on a goal, and I'm still on a mission to make a difference in other people's lives. That's not going to change. I'm going to do this till I die. Or till I can't do it anymore, right? So so this is what I plan to give my life with, is just making a difference in other people's lives and helping them, and I want you to join me in this. So so with that, I am going to invite you to be a part of this. Let's work on this together. And again, I will tell you exactly what to say and how to say it. There is a doTERRA way that really works. There have been hundreds and thousands of people that have done it, and it works for them. Our market is not saturated. I don't care where you live. It is not saturated. It may seem that way, but it is not. So we are breaking the ice at this point. We're just kind of getting started. So so reach out, either to your frontline leader, to the person that enrolled you, or to me, or whatever, and let's work together and let's bless lives.